The governor's budget director says Colorado is teetering on the edge of a recession.
The grim news comes as state economists released an updated economic forecast. They say next year's state budget already $840 million in the hole. Your political reporter Sean Boyd is here to break down these numbers for us. And Sean, what is driving this?
State economists say there is just a lot of economic turmoil right now. Changes in tariffs, immigration policy, and federal spending have created uncertainty for businesses and consumers. The governor's budget director says Colorado's effective tariff rate has increased from 3% last year to 21%. And he says the full impact of that increase is yet to come.
Just wanted you to be aware that there are high risks here.
Colorado's chief economist Greg Sabetsky told lawmakers on the Joint Budget Committee the state's economy is growing, but there are signs of weakening. Job growth is slowed, businesses have pulled back investments, consumer spending is sluggish, and Colorado has the highest level of consumer debt per capita in the country. And the impact of higher tariffs, he says, has yet to hit.
A lot of these impacts are being borne at this point by firms because they can't pass that kind of a price shock along to consumers.
The governor's budget director, Mark Ferrandino, puts the chance of a recession at 50-50. Next year's budget is already $850 million in the hole, driven largely by massive increases in Medicaid costs. Medicaid is expected to eat up an additional $644 million next year.
$644 million is more than 13 departments' total general fund spending.
And President Trump's Big Beautiful Bill Act, he says, will put the state on the hook for more costs. Republican Senator Barb Kirkmeyer says next year's budget was already in the red before the law was signed. She says Democrats are using the federal government as a scapegoat.
Year over year, increase in employees. Year over year, overspending above inflation. Year over year, we just kept doing that. They knew the problem. They wouldn't do anything to fix it.
Now, with Medicaid costs soaring, tariffs kicking in, and inflation creeping up, balancing the budget will be that much harder. Democratic Senator Jeff Bridges, chair of the Budget Committee, says this year's cuts will be even more painful.
We clearly have to figure out some way either to allow the state to keep more of the revenue that it brings in, or to dramatically reduce what it is that we invest in.
The governor's budget director says Medicaid is growing at 9%, twice the rate of the general fund budget. He says it is unsustainable. State economists say there will be no budget surplus next year, so no taxpayer Bill of Rights refunds. While all states are seeing a weakening economy, Colorado's wages are growing slower than the rest of the nation, while our unemployment is increasing at a higher rate. Tourism is also down here, and the housing market is softening. So not a lot of good news.
Yeah, a lot of issues that these lawmakers need to try and fix.
Yeah.
All right, thank you, Sean.